Hey everyone. My family and I, we recently moved to a new apartment, and during that move, I actually found my very first sketchbook back in 2017 when I first got into art. And you'll see here that the first page, it's number 18 in an illustration, so it's not in order. I believe back then I started this thing where I would just open a random page and then go from there. It kind of removes the pressure of that first page having to look good and whatnot. So I'm just kind of flipping through um, the first couple illustrations. I will have to blur out maybe two or three of these images just because they're not very safe for work. And these first two ones are not impressive at all. So you're not missing out on anything. And this right here is number two in with watercolor, I believe. It was really this is the first time that I ever got into art personally. In my early 20s, I had watched another video about having aphantasia, and that's when I found out that I didn't have a visual imagination, like at all. Um, so I got into art to try to, um, I guess, gain an imagination or a visual imagination. That didn't work, but I did get better at drawing. I should have probably stayed at that last page a little longer. That was like number one or number three in of all my paintings in general. I've always been a real fan of Rick and Morty, so this was like one of the times that I tried to draw an illustration from that. Um, you can see here the proportions are off and the colors are off, but I get better later on. I'll add links to the tutorials and such that I used back then. Hopefully, they're still available. Alfonso Dunn is one of the channels that I watch to learn how to do hatching and cross hatching. Another image I'll probably have to blur out here. And then this one was one of the very first times I tried drawing a bird. And you'll see later on that I get a lot better at that. There's number one. It's always nice to see the progression. You can see here I'm getting a little better. These were just random doodles, I believe, just to kind of get some creativity out on the page. And that was just like a free drawing that I thought of doing with my brother, my older brother. I remember being really proud about this one here. I got the proportions and I felt like I got the color a lot better. Yeah, number 15. The back page of this one kind of took that out, so. And here I started using whiteout and white ink, uh, getting a lot more used to using different materials. I never did redo the whole Megazord or mech thing. I should probably try that again. This is a little drawing I never finished of myself, my work self, and then my personal self there on the right side. Oh man, this drawing was huge for me. I really remember enjoying doing this one, but then my car got broken into that night, and I actually ended up losing my job back then because my laptop got stolen. Nice. So this one here is, yeah, see, I've gotten a lot better at drawing birds by this point, and then was really enjoying the hatch and cross hatching. There were more of these loose leaf pages scattered around. I couldn't find them, so these are the only ones that lasted. What I was doing there was grabbing panels, small panels in manga, like that first page, and then enlarging them to the whole page. That's a fun process of sketching things out, for sure. I try to do a little bit of motion there, Never really finished that illustration. Those were the emotions I was feeling when my car got broken into. This one I like, but I actually got the arms backwards for Edward, so that was annoying. Didn't notice it until I had actually inked everything. And you can see here that I've gotten a lot better at the coloring, watercoloring and such. Some random pencil lining, can't really see it that well. Some sketches here, and this is when I was kind of finding my style and how I like to draw things out. This was a quick illustration. All the strokes were fast, and I believe it was like under 5 minutes or so. This I still really enjoy doing is when I have a new set of tools, I'll draw the tools out and then use that page to test how they are. Did the same thing for Inktober back then, and I still do this just as a practice and to get familiar with the materials that I'm using. I don't do that anymore where I use the comic characters to kind of add notes to myself. I should, it was fun. I think we're nearing the end here. Yeah, this is the last illustration here. Alrighty, thanks for watching. That was a lot of fun.